We've also got Katie Nolan coming in just a little bit. Who's amazing.
Love
and
her.
she talks sports in a way that I can understand. So if I can understand it, then I think you're going to be set. She's got a new podcast, and she's just freaking awesome. So
We got to welcome her to the Serious family.
Yeah.
Yes. Morning Mashup on Instagram. She has a brand new podcast out wherever you get your podcast called Casuals. Say hi to Katie Nolan.
Hi, Katie.
Hi.
Welcome to the team.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I know. We're like coworkers now.
This is so exciting.
We're like buddies. I'll meet you for lunch in the kitchen.
Yes.
We could discuss how we can't enter the building with our IDs.
Yeah, man.
Is that a serious thing? Or is that, I feel
man.
like that's a lot of companies, though. So whenever you get a badge, it never works at first.
They're redoing the whole system. So Ryan and I are still fine, but it gives us a hard time. Stan's just, he can't get in.
Yeah.
He like fully can't get in. So security has to let
wouldn't
him
work.
in.
Then I got upstairs, but then I couldn't enter the building. I'm
Yeah.
going like, hey, I work, hello.
For a long time
And then I was
before it's
texting
here.
Ryan and Nicole. I said, y'all see any weird emails? Maybe I didn't check.
Do you know something I don't know?
Yeah.
So tell us, you're the sports person. It's Super Bowl time. Who's going to win?
Oh, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
come on, we're
know.
gonna put you-
I
Give
don't
me a hint.
know. I mean, I'm not going to not say Eagles when you're staring at me. So I guess the Eagles. It's
You got
time.
on the Kelly Green, so.
Yeah, it's time. Just
Yeah.
go get it.
It's
Get
time.
it done.
Yes.
I
Yes.
just feel like this podcast is perfect for me because the boys always make fun of me. Like I understand sports, but like not really.
Yeah.
Like I like basketball. I can watch basketball. Football. I get the basics, but for the most part, I'm there for the beers and the wings.
That's all you need.
right? And I just feel like this could be palatable for me. I could maybe be part of the conversation.
So that's the whole point. Like you're exactly who we're talking to. I feel like the conversation is sort of geared towards one type of fan
Right.
or one type of person. And sports media is very, very good at giving that type of person
Yeah.
the media that they need. But like those of us who feel like, hey, I would watch or I could watch or I used to watch, they're not really bringing you back into the conversation. So the point of Casuals is to be like, look, we can all talk about it.
Thank you. I'm not that person because when you start talking about who had the most RBIs in the 1985 season,
I don't
you've
care.
lost
I
me.
just don't
Right.
care. And I
Lost
know,
me.
and I love that there are people who have brains that work that
Yes.
way,
Yes,
that can
yes.
tell me who the all-time leaders of every kind of stat is.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like one type of information.
Right.
And I feel like the entertaining type of information
Right.
is there just needs to be a little bit more there for
I
me.
mean, I want to know who's looking good this season, like cute, like attractiveness, handsome.
Priorities.
Who's dating who?
Right.
Who's the baby daddy? If I need a little bit more of that, and then you could suck me in.
Yes, a little bit of drama, a
Yes.
little bit of like, oh, here's why this matters. Like, I love a storyline for a team and like telling me like, oh, they beat them really bad like 3 years ago and they
Right.
never really got over it. Like that kind of stuff to kind of get people into sports if they're not like that with
Were
it.
you one of the people who was like, "This is so annoying"? Enough of Taylor Swift at like being
No.
shown. Where were you on that whole thing?
What made me annoyed was the way sports media like pandered to Taylor Swift fans, where they would just toss in a title of her song every time they were.
I know.
And it's like,
Right,
oh,
right,
okay,
right.
we get it.
Low-hanging fruit.
Just gotta
read a
shake off that injury.
right? Like you read a track list. Thank you so much.
You did it.
But no, I love it, and I love that she brought a bunch of young women into sports, and like I saw videos of young girls watching football with their dads.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's kind of who I was thinking of when we came up with Casuals, because I was like, where are those girls going when they want to listen to their sports podcasts?
Well, but
like,
on
I don't think they're Skip Bayless fans. I don't know.
No, but on top of Taylor Swift, I feel like there's a whole revolution happening in women's sports
Yes.
too. Like
Yes.
it's getting the spotlight it finally deserves.
Yes.
Like the NCAA is actually going to pay women this year in the tournament.
Isn't
like,
that something?
I mean, could you believe
Isn't
it?
that, and they've got that new women's 3v3 basketball league that's like
Yes.
player owned,
Yeah.
and they're
I like
trying
that.
to like change the way the WNBA pays their player. Like there's a lot going
Yeah.
on in sports.
And so, Katie, everyone who stops by gets a question from the previous guest. We didn't plan it this way.
No.
Someone you know actually was our previous
Who?
guest. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Question from the rich and the famous.
Hey, this is Ken Jennings, and my question is, what is your greatest Jeopardy regret? Let's hear it.
Ken Jennings!
You went up when you saw him.
Oh my God! I'm a big Jeopardy head. Watch it every night, and also was on Celebrity Jeopardy last season. And my biggest Jeopardy regret was when I had a daily double, and the question was about a shade of red that had the sound pew in it, and it was puce. And I had never in my life
Heard puce.
of
No,
puce.
me neither.
And I regret that. That's my biggest Jeopardy regret, is not knowing what puce is.
There are
I
only
still
7
don't.
colors in the world.
Yes,
It's like Crayola box original. Those are the only 7 colors.
Yeah.
Puce is the ugliest sounding color.
We're at Morning Mashup on Instagram. Katie Nolan is here. Her brand new podcast, Casuals, is out wherever you get your podcasts. You're here, and we were going to do it anyway. You want to play one of our games with us?
Yeah, of course.
Let's go.
Okay.
3
And 30. Now, right in front of you, you have 3 words.
No.
You're going to have 30 seconds to get me to say those words without using them.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Can't
30
use the
seconds.
word
It's
listed
like
there.
a heads up. Type of
Okay,
thing.
and I can't say just the words, but
Right.
there's no
Right.
other words I can't say.
Right, you can
Yes.
describe
Fantastic.
it.
Right.
Okay.
Tell me when
Ready?
you're ready, and we'll start it.
I'm ready.
Okay, and go.
Yeah.
In football, when you drop the ball.
Fumble?
Yep. This is a circular thing you hold in your hands. You shake it, and it makes it look like precipitation's happening.
Snow globe?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on, Katie.
When you're gambling and you want 2 things to happen or 3 things, and they all have to happen.
parlay?
Yes.
That might have been the fastest one ever.
Yeah.
Oh, I take games very seriously.
Yes, I love that. Team
Casuals, wherever you get your podcast. Katie, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. That just made me feel like I can do anything today.